Welcome to the Get Fed podcast, where we bring you the very best of our popular Get Fed series. Join Good Catholic's Rachel Shrader Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays to learn about the rich culture, history, and traditions of the Catholic Church, one bite at a time. Who are the patron saints of each military branch? Did you know that there are quite a few saints associated with the military? Some saints are general military patrons, some are specific to a branch, and some even have gained associations with a particular job within the military. Let's start with St. Michael. St. Michael the Archangel is patron of the military in general. Being an archangel, he is particularly honored by the Air Force and airborne divisions of the ground troops. Army paratroopers of the 82nd Airborne Division in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, complete the St. Michael's Jump every year in honor of their patron saint. Let's start off with the patron saints of the Army. St. Sebastian, a Roman soldier, was particularly courageous, tough, and hard to kill. This Christian soldier became a captain in the Praetorian Guard, the emperor's personal bodyguard. When Emperor Diocletian discovered Sebastian's faith, he ordered him to be pierced with arrows, but incredibly, this didn't kill him. Sebastian returned to challenge the emperor for his cruelty to the Christians, at which point he was cudgeled to death. St. Maurice was a Roman soldier from Egypt, who eventually led the entire Theban legion. He and his men are all Christians, and were martyred together when they refused to worship the Roman gods. St. Maurice is particularly honored by infantry units. Servant of God Emil Kapan was a U.S. Army chaplain who gave his life in the service of his fellow soldiers when they were captured by Chinese forces in the Korean War. He died in a prison camp in 1951 and was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor. His body was identified just last year and returned to his home state of Kansas. Other soldier saints include St. Martin of Tours, St. Joan of Arc, St. George, St. Ignatius of Loyola, and St. John of Capistrano. So who are the patrons of the Marine Corps? The Virgin Martyr St. Barbara is the patroness of both Army and Marine artillerymen. Her own father martyred her out of hatred for her Christian faith, and legend says that lightning struck him as divine punishment, hence the connection to artillery. Another Medal of Honor recipient, Servant of God Vincent Capodanno, was a Marine chaplain who was killed in action in the Vietnam War. The patrons of the Air Force. Besides St. Michael, whom we've already mentioned, St. Joseph of Cupertino is a patron saint of aviators because of his habit of levitating during prayer. Our Lady of Loreto is also the patroness of aviation and air travelers, since it is said that the Holy House of Loreto, the Holy Family's home, was carried by angels to Italy. And finally, the Navy. St. Brendan the Navigator was a 5th to 6th century Irish monk who traveled by sea to spread the faith and monasticism in other lands. He is the hero of the early medieval legend, The Voyage of St. Brendan, in which he and his companions embark on an epic sea adventure to find a promised land of the saints. Join us next time for another serving of the Get Fed podcast.